Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today I'm working on my game a little bit, and after doing that series with AJ Bonar and we have some golf schools coming up, Tony Lutzak and I, and talking to him on the phone and trying to putting things together. Tony and AJ both talk a lot about using this as a hammer and the ball as like a nail, right? So really just fixating, concentrating completely on the ball being the nail and just hitting it like a hammer. A lot of times you can get away from that, and AJ down there has a ball that he's put a nail through, like a thick, big nail, like this big. I guess it's drilled, and then there's a nail through it, and then you stick that into the ground at a certain angle. I think he says 15 degrees, and you do a lot of practice swings, doing like anticipation of it. So I was like, man, it'd be cool if there was a way to actually hit balls like that. So I made this thing. This is one of those sign placards that you get at Staples or something. It's like for a business. This is a wall-mounted clear sign thing. So let me show you guys the idea. So pop this off. So basically, the idea initially was to put the ball there. See how you can see the nail going through? And my eye can probably see it a little bit better than the camera can. But basically you stand to it like this, put the ball about there, stand to it like that, and then when you set up to it, you can really visualize just hitting the nail. Then after experimenting with this for a little bit, I realized this is extremely scary that you're going to hit this thing and break it, even if it's there and there's not too much of a chance of it. I mean, really, you think you can. But it's a great anti-over-the-top tool. So what I've kind of changed to is, see how now I have it where the line of the edge of it. So I think I would change where I drew this arrow. I forgot my dry erase, but I would change it to there so I really come from the inside covering the ball. So you guys can kind of see my contraption here. So I'm gonna practice with a little bit about it. I've hit like 4 golf balls with it so far, so it's really new. I just went to Staples and got that piece of plexiglass or whatever, and then I also I had that wood at the house. So I'm kind of flip-flopping between trying it on this line here, but that's good for path, but for the visualization of it actually being this hammer and the nail thing, like the back of the ball is the nail, then I want it right about there, so that through the plexiglass, the nail is going through the back of the ball with the, so then just taking short swings, feeling that. And you guys can see when I hit shots with this thing, normally I'm here, and an impact, my hands are kind of higher. I mean, here I could easily put somebody's eye out with a plexiglass shard if I don't keep my hands low. Which is why I was thinking, you know what I could do is take a hanger material, you know, like a coat hanger, wire coat hanger like this, and then instead of plexiglass, make this out of flexible clear plastic. So that's maybe version 2.0. All right, here, and really just taking short swings from there to there. I don't know if you guys saw that Rory McIlroy thing I posted on the Be Better Golf community page. That is basically like YouTube lets you post other videos as like in the community links. You only see those if you're subscribed, but if you're subscribed and you click the post notifications, you would have seen that Rory McIlroy video where he's talking about he never really thinks much about using his body, but when his body is feeling dead, he just takes it back, feeling kind of shut here, and then here to here, like swings like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing here. This is, I think, a 5-iron. That's really solid. So that started straight and then hooked. So that shows me The face was square at impact, and I came from the inside, which is what you would expect from this thing, because I don't want to come from the outside there. So let's open the face a little bit. Keep that same path. Yeah, that's a perfect draw there. It's just like a punch shot. So this is something to, and then with any training aid, really how you should use it is not the way I'm using it now, which is block practice. You gotta be stochastic about it. You gotta flip flop a lot. So I'll do that now. It would be like one here. So face a little open, just a little bit, and then attack the ball from the inside. Yeah, that's really good. So then what you would do is then you would hit a ball. Ideally, you would have, what I do a lot is, if there's enough space, get a whole nother square, you know, on the driving range. And just hit a ball from like totally away from it. So that's what I'll do now. So now I'm like, this is far enough away from this thing where I'm not hitting it. So this would be more of a golf course shot. Or still, I'm just thinking very, very low on the golf swing thoughts. I'm just going to take this right hand and I'm going to power hammer that nail there. Yeah, that's good. The other thing too that's interesting that I saw when I first put this together that I hadn't anticipated was when I drew this with the dry erase marker, this arrow that's on top of here, it sends a shadow that's like a red shadow of a red arrow, and I'm like, well, that could be perfect. So you can actually line this ball up so that the projection of the arrow is actually projecting right onto the ball. See that? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see how, if I go there. Yeah, you see how the projection of that arrow is shining on the ball. Now with your eye, it's much clearer than it's showing off in camera. But I'm standing there. The only thing that stops that is that the mat is dark. So you see it real clearly on the ball. You don't see it quite as clearly on the mat. But if the mat was white, you would see it perfectly, or light colored. So I'm thinking with driver and this thing a little higher, you could put a piece of paper down on the ground with a circle cut in it and use a T, and that could be perfect. All right, so this is kind of like a tweener. So I have the projection in the nail there, and really I am just going to have the face open slightly, and I'm going to hammer the head of that nail with the top of this club face. Yeah, that's really good. So what I mean by the top of the club face is I do, the main thing that I took away from that, the AJ Bonar discussions, was that to get this over this moving faster than that. I'm still either unconvinced or the jury's out as far as face rotation through impact, but I have noticed that I get better quality strikes when I think top over bottom and do all my same reactionary golf stuff. One thing that AJ said to me is that he likes that they did a study at TaylorMade when he was there where they had a bunch of people and they said, okay, swing as hard as you can, but feel like the bottom's moving faster than the top. And then they had a bunch of people say, okay, swing as fast as you can, but swing the top faster than the bottom, you know, of the club face. And he said it wasn't even close as far as people who were in their minds were thinking top of the club face faster than the bottom, like this through impact, swung the club much faster than people who swung thinking bottom faster than the top. So That's the main thing I'm taking from that. So now I'm going to hit a slight fade. So I'm going to have my face shut a little bit, and I'm going to swing left. And that did it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm open to any suggestions to improve this thing, but it's really helping me as far as when I'm here, I know that any of this could send shards of plastic everywhere. So I want to get it going more like, under. So the other thing it works really well for is your fairway woods. I only hit 3. Actually, I didn't hit any with this thing, but I did swing under it a couple times. So it's like there, I can see the nail, the head of the nail, and I just want to swing under it. And with the nail there, I can really see that went path that way. That's not what I want. I want it that way more. That way more. So then I can put it here on the shadow because I'm not brave enough to do it there. Get the face open a little bit and swing aggressively towards like where the second baseman would be standing. Not as extreme as first base, but towards where the second baseman would be standing. Yeah, I killed that ball.